had some glitches this week. I almost had a turnaround. I think I've mentioned to you about my little granddaughter, the 8-month-old, who has had some kidney issues since before she was born. And well, she had to have surgery on the 8th. I mean, we knew this already. Before I left, we knew this. And I highly considered not coming on this trip because of that surgery, but after talking to my daughter-in-law and my son and talking and looking up on the internet what this entails, it very apparently was something that's easy. It's done regularly. It should be no problem. The surgery went great, but she took a turn. She took a turn on the second day, and her incision from that surgery had swollen so bad it was blocking any kind of drainage. And so when the drainage wasn't happening, she got very sick. She had 103 something fever, and it was scary. They had to do a second surgery, a second emergency surgery, by the way. This happened 2 nights ago in the evening, and I think the surgery took place like 6 o'clock at night, Washington time. And they had to place a stent so it would start draining. So she'll have to have the stent removed in about 6 weeks, I understand. Anyway, so by the next day she was drastically improved, and today she's had her catheter taken out, and they're either on their way home or home by now. So thankful, so thankful. But it was pretty scary because the night before last I was really thinking I was going to go home. My daughter said she'd get a ticket for me and get me on a plane, but you know, I've got the dog. I probably could have asked some of Cece's group if they would be so kind as to take him, but he is a handful. And the lady I'm camping with right now that I met a few nights ago, Brenda, I'm sure she would have probably did it if I asked her. But again, he is such a handful, and I mean, I can barely handle him, and I know him, you know. So, and I do have friends in Tucson and family in Tucson, but again, I mean, that was my biggest worry. I just thought, so what if I flew home? I still have him to deal with. Even if I found somebody, or I'd still have to come back and get my rig, and where's my rig going to go in the meantime? And you could only stay out here on this particular spot for 2 weeks, and I have to leave on the 21st. Anyway, thank God I didn't have to go home, because I thought I was going to. Even Keith and I were doing the mapping, so, you know, my concierge, the boyfriend app, we're calling him. He was doing the mapping for me to get me off on a strong start on the next morning. I was going to try to leave like at 8 o'clock and just head home, and try to drive like 8 hours a day and try to knock it out in 3 days. So pretty scary all in all, but everything's fine. I'm not going home, and I'm staying for the rest of my plan anyway. I'm happy for that. I guess that's it for now. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.